At times, I try so hard to express myself and to tell you how I feel about any topic I'm discussing, especially when it concerns wealth creation. This person is wealthy. Why is he wealthy? If this person is poor, why is he poor? I tell you, there are reasons. It's not just like that. You can meditate. You can get a mentor. You can read books, spirituality, spiritual books, religious books. You can look at them. You might get wisdom from there. Look at the nature. You get wisdom from there. Your thinking cap and think deeply about situations, about problems, about challenges, about even enjoyment. When you are enjoying, you need to also think about how you can have wisdom. Why are you enjoying, by the way? Things don't just happen like that. That's what I've observed. Smoke without fire. You only need to know what causes that fire. Only fools learn from their own experiences. Only fools get wisdom from their own experiences. You see what we're about to discuss today? Just like we've always done, it has a way of changing your entire life if only you know how to follow it and use it wisely to your advantage. You see, this topic is a very deep topic for some of you that have been following my sessions. At times, I try so hard to express myself and to tell you how I feel about any topic I'm discussing, especially when it concerns wealth creation. By the way, I don't talk about anything except if that thing has to do with wealth. Yes, even if whatsoever it is, before I look at it, it has to be something that has to do with wealth. So, even if I'm looking at a dictionary word, I think about the fact that what kind of wealth can come out of this. And in case you are misunderstanding me when I talk about wealth, wealth is not just about money. Wealth can be health. By the way, you've heard so many times the phrase that health is wealth, right? And we're going to be discussing one powerful wealth today in form of word, which is what? Wisdom. That stuff, you're going to get it. If you are patient enough to listen to the end of this video, I'm going to help you analyze what's wisdom. Where do you get it? Because guess what? Everyone or anybody with wisdom in this world, it is very difficult for them to fail. So you might consider listening so that you found out what does wisdom means and how can you actually get it for yourself. By the way, sometimes I tell people just that you don't understand the fact that there are so many things you can get to yourself that are free, that you don't need money to buy, and those things happen that they can give you a lot of wealth. So one of such things is what we are discussing today, that is called wisdom. You see, my name is A. Kabir if you are meeting me for the first time, and we're going to be having this presentation every day live for 1000 days. It is very, very important that you understand the concept of wisdom. In the past, I don't understand what it means, but I always hear people say, get wisdom, be wise, get wisdom and understanding. What does it mean? You see, there are so many meanings to wisdom, but I know I might not be able to be specific or say what you want to hear. But what I understand by wisdom is your ability to be able to apply principles that cannot change, like principles that are already established, and whether you like it or not, it's either you learn it or you understand it or you will mess up. Let me take, for example, principle of gravity. If you climb up and you fly or you jump from up, you're going to come down. So wisdom demands that you understand that, and then you don't have to jump down. Do you understand now? So you need actually wisdom and understanding to be able to get a lot of things right. And because what I've noticed personally is that because a lot of us are not getting this wisdom to understand the things we need to do at the time we need to do them, how we want to do them, or how we should do them, is possibly the reason why we are always getting into trouble. Getting into trouble meaning that you are always not getting what you want. You don't have understanding. You don't have wisdom. You see this same video I'm making today, somebody will watch it and get enough value, and it will help you change a lot of things around your life. I'm into wealth creation journey, and I'm appearing here so that I can also carry others along. For so many billionaires that I know, the most of them actually achieve what they want to achieve before they come back to start giving back to society. But for me, A.A. Kabir, I want to go alongside with millions and billions of people. And that's one of the initiatives of starting this live online session, because every day I learn new things. There's no day that we pass by that I've not learned a new thing. Today, I happen to be in a meeting of elders and even youths. There's so many people in the meeting. And while I was in the meeting, like I've told so many of you, I always take my time to observe every situation, every challenges, every difficulties. Even when I'm in a sad mood, I try to find out what am I learning from it. When I'm losing money, I found out what is the good thing in it for me for losing money. When I'm failing, what is the good thing in it? Why I'm failing? Why am I failing? Am I supposed to be failing? The answer is no, but why am I failing? So I was in that meeting today. I always wear my thinking cap. If I look at people, I observe what's happening, then I pick something from there. And guess what is so happening live today before my very eyes in the meeting? I began to observe the caliber of people that we are speaking, because literally it has to do with so many different caliber of people coming from different locations with their different mentalities, the different fields of study, the different experiences of life. And it also happens that different caliber of like adults, youths, younger ones, and all of that. And in this meeting, it happens that everybody have to speak their mind. And guess what? That was one of the biggest opportunity for me to learn. Now guess what I started doing? Each time a particular person stand up to speak, I just observe carefully. I don't know what is his name, but there's this particular famous man that I once heard him said, if you want to tell the world who you are, the very moment you open your mouth to speak, then people detect who you are. And that actually made a lot of sense to me today. Watching people speak, the angle with which they come from, the kind of conversation they are bringing into the table, on the table, and how they are thinking. And guess what I found out? That everybody that speak in that meeting was actually speaking in accordance with their understanding, in accordance with their level of wisdom. And that tells me a lot. Now I also try to marry their level of understanding and wisdom to the level of success they have in their lives, because most of these people are people that somehow we are from the same community and I know them. So as they speak, I look at what's the trend of the kind of knowledge he has been into all his life. What kind of lifestyle has he been living all this while? And the way he speaks, what kind of message is he delivering? Is he making sense to people? Are people against what he's saying? Where is he coming from? Who is he, by the way? And like, who is he, meaning that how well is he doing? So I now found out that, oh my God, I just all of a sudden realized that, okay, all of a sudden it's occurred to me that might possibly be the reason why this person is not doing well. this person has not been doing well. This person is doing well. Each person that opens their mouth, this one speaks like a politician. This one speaks like an academician. Is it academician or academic person? Like in the academic world. This one speaks like a business owner. This one speaks like a religious person. This one speaks like, oh my God! All of them have something to give from their wisdom based on their understanding and in line with what they have been learning over the years. That was amazing. And to me, that it's like an eye-opener to me. I don't know if you feel the same way, but I want you to try to do this. If you have any opportunity to be among people of different culture, maybe the same culture but different, whatsoever that is differentiating them, try to observe who are they, where did they come from, and you will pick something. So what this tells me is that if I have the same, now if I look at them, who among them do I want to look like my end result, who inspire me? And literally anybody that should inspire you is someone you want to become like. So who among these people ever inspire me or can inspire me from this moment, and what is he into? So I will begin to do research. See, I told you some days back that if you want to become wealthy, all you need to do is to know someone, either like in form of mentorship, a friend, or your colleagues who are actually wealthy. One of the easiest way to do it is staying close to those who are actually wealthy, and that makes it a whole lot of easy for you. And you just copy their principles and paste it. Do you know, each time you copy something from a computer and you want to come and paste it on another side, I think the only thing that makes it difficult is the copying. Once you can paste it right, the same thing you have there is the same thing you can have here. The challenge often is people can't paste it right. They can't even copy. So what I'm saying in essence is that wisdom is something you might need to start thinking about. How do I get it? Start looking at books to read. By the way, you can get wisdom by meditating. When you meditate a lot, think about your style, think about what you are doing. And then when you also listen to people that are wise in form of mentorship, when you read books, do you understand? Actually, there are so many things. Even in terms of spirituality, when you look at some spiritual books or something like that, you can pick up some wisdom. There are wisdoms there. The nature itself, when you try to observe the nature, how things work. Why are they working like that? If this person is wealthy, why is he wealthy? If this person is poor, why is he poor? I tell you, there are reasons. It's not just like that. For some of you think that God just made the person poor. It's not always happening just like that. There's always a reason why things happen. Now, if you know the reason, now do you need to avoid the reason or you need to join? Do you get? That's what I've been doing over my life. I don't want this video to be too long. I've mentioned some few places where you can get wisdom. Do you understand? You can meditate. You can get a mentor. You can read books. Spirituality, spiritual books, religious books. You can look at them. You might get wisdom from there. Look at the nature. You get wisdom from there. Always wear your thinking cap and think deeply about situations, about problems, about challenges, about even enjoyment. When you are enjoying, you need to also think about how you can have wisdom. Why are you enjoying, by the way? Things don't just happen like that. That's what I've observed. There's always, what is that? Is it first law of motion? Is it third law of motion? That for every reaction there's opposite and equal. For every action there's opposite and equal reaction. I don't know if that's what they call it. I've forgotten it too. But I believe there's no smoke without fire. You only need to know what causes that fire. Do you understand? Are you okay with the fire? Then what causes the fire, and how can you recause it again? Now before I will finish, let me discuss this wisdom thing you are talking about. What's the real thing? What's the real deal? Apart from the fact that these are places you can get wisdom, but how can you make it easier for you to actually have that wisdom? Because just like I've mentioned it now, these things are around, and it's not everybody that can really relate to, like really connect to seeing that you can easily get wisdom from some of these things. The reason why I say listen to mentors, listen to people that are already wise, is that today as they were talking in that meeting, I have heard many words of wisdom coming out from the mouth of experienced people, and I pick a lot of things that probably somehow I feel I knew, but I don't think I really got it deep the way I got it today. So, but I think I read somewhere that somebody said only fools learn from their own experiences. Only fools get wisdom from their own experiences. Why getting wisdom from your own experiences while others have millions and billions of experiences out of what they are doing already written for you? You still want to start from scratch and go through the same challenges. For a lot of us, that's what we are doing. Well, you might have to get started somewhere, and of course they say experience is the best teacher. By the way, let me tell you, there's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. There's a difference between a great gap between knowledge and wisdom. Albert Einstein said, imagination is more important than knowledge, but knowledge empowers imagination. Now, I want to say another version with regards to my topic today. I want you to understand that wisdom is more important than action, but action inspires wisdom. My head is getting hot now. See, it's true that the best way you can get wisdom is by taking action. When you have knowledge, let me help you. When you have knowledge, that's step one. Like you go to school, you learn, that's step one. That's why I tell people that you might never ever get rich when you just go to school and listen to all the things lecturers teach you and you come out. You can never get rich because you are just in step one. Step two is that this your knowledge has to be converted into experience through actions. Now you are putting that knowledge into use. For some of you that have been watching me over the days now, I found out that I started this challenge some few days back. But did you really notice the change in me? I had to actually study a lot before I can come here to present something to you. And I'm very conscious about what I study. Even when I go out today, like seriously, I was unable to study, but the experience of my journey is what I'm sharing with you in form of wisdom. Can you imagine what is happening now? So I'm intentional because I had to give something to you when I come back. So I literally will not waste my day. I have a target to meet. Let me not digress a little too much. You need knowledge, number one. Step one. Say one, please. After the knowledge, you need to take action. Say step two. Now this step two actions give you experiences. Say step three. Now these experiences will now give you what we call wisdom. I think I'm having some wisdom now. Yeah, I am. And they say what the adults see, or what an elderly person sees sitting down, even when a younger person climbed Iroko tree will not see it. That was in those days. Do you understand this? I'm going to explain. In case you're an elderly person and you're watching this video, you might not understand what I said. You might feel this is a slap on your face. But the truth is, we have so many elderly people that doesn't actually have sense. They don't actually have much sense, or they don't even have at all. See, what I tell people, please, this is not an insult. I am a practical person and I always try to respect the principles that will give me wisdom. And some of these principles that I've studied and understood that is working for me, I'm coming here to relate with you raw. There's no any sugar that I'm going to coat it with. Just take it from me that it is not every grown person, it's not every elderly person that actually have wisdom. Why? Because some of them don't have enough knowledge or never have any knowledge that they can even convert into action. Some of them happens to have some actions they have taken in the wrong direction, so they never produce the required experiences that can give them the needed wisdom. I don't know if you are following. Please try to understand these things. They are simple but complicated. There are a lot of people that have grown into an old age today that they don't have wisdom to give. That's why, because you have seen somebody grow up, and the only thing you think is, since it's an elderly person, you begin to seek his wisdom. You begin to seek his counsel. No. Before you ask somebody to guide you, make sure this person has the required result, the end result of what you are looking for, or the person have actually achieved a lot in this regard. Even if it's not the complete outcome of what you want, but the person has gone at least 50% or more. That's a formula. So, because, do you know, let me tell you the raw truth now. Do you know that you don't need money to buy age? Like, are you 30 now? Next year you'll be 31. I'm searching an example. Assume your age. Do you actually need money to buy that? Do you need to work for it? Do you need to work? Like, somebody will say, do you know how old I am? Like, seriously, did you buy it? Are you actually proud that you are old? If age is just the only thing you can proud of, you are a very poor person, because everybody have it without working. So why should you be proud of it? It's just a matter of time. I'm gonna have it too without even working. So you shouldn't be proud of it. God share it for everybody, free. That's why I tell people that there's a lot of things that are free. What I'm discussing today is wisdom. It's actually free just for you to get connected and you become wise. Like, seriously, if I want to tell the truth, I listen to some people that have so much knowledge today, but not a single wisdom in what they are saying. Is that painful? Perhaps you are claiming that you are knowledgeable now, but you are not wise. You are not taking wise decisions. You are doing things like a fool. I'm sorry I have to say it like that. If it pains you, go and think about how to get wisdom. Take actions. Go to learn. Begin to work your life out. And do you know, some people, they are fools, but they don't know themselves that they are fools. They think they are wise, and that's the most dangerous aspect of it. Wisdom. I love that stuff, man. And guess what? Me that you are seeing that I'm having so much confidence talking to you today, trying to guide you on this financial journey. I was never wise like this. In fact, in the past, I was I don't even know how to describe it, but I really cannot even know who I am. I don't know if you get. So, let's end this by saying that you must be wise if you want to be wealthy. You have to be smart. And if you don't know that you don't know, your problem is complicated. But if you realize that, yes, I'm not really wise because of my decisions, but let me tell you a secret on the best way to know that you are not wise. Perhaps you might not agree with me, but one of the best way is look at your bank account. So if you don't have anything in your bank account, then there's every possibility that you are not a wise person. Do you understand? It's a bitter truth. I'm telling you some of the ways you know that you are not wise. Then another way to know that you are not wise, each time you speak, people hardly agree with you. Each time, even in a form of normal friends conversation, people hardly agree with your point. They hardly can see that you are making sense. It means you are a stupid person, like you are not wise. Sorry, like you are foolish. Your head is not really working. These are some of the ways to test. And I should just leave you with that too. Think about it. Do you understand? At times, it might not actually be 100% what I've said. Your account can be empty, but you might have investments. you know. But just look at it that if you are not really making much out of life, it means your level of wisdom is below, because as much as you are wise, that's how more you can earn. That's how more places it can take you to. Our people say if a child that has learned how to wash his hand well will eat with elders. What that means is that if the child is wise enough, he will now be pushing himself into the shoes of elders even when he's young. That's why I said earlier that it is no longer true that what an elderly person see sitting down. There's some children today at a younger age that, because of their experiences and the knowledge they are able to convert through their actions, experiences, and they are now wise, there's so many things they can do that the elderly person don't even know it exists. Yes, I believe that we can be wise in one place or the other, but at least if you are claiming wiseness in one area, then you should be wise in that area. Do you understand? And let me repeat again that knowledge is not wisdom. Knowledge is just step one. The fact that you have learned now, and for so many of us in Africa, that's what we do. We are learned, but we are educated illiterates because we can't simply apply what we've learned. I hope you've learned from today's session, and I hope you get wisdom from it. I'm also praying that God grants me more wisdom. And like I said, spirituality is one of the ways to get wisdom. Observe nature, observe people, learn from people, and then you're going to get better. It's only going to get better. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.